Hello, welcome to my kitchen. You're cooking with G. Tonight we're going to make a very veggie lentil bake. For our bake we need a 1/4 cup breadcrumbs. We need a 1/2 cup lentils. You can either use a green lentil or a red lentil. I have green, so I'm going to use green. We need a 1/4 cup brown rice, a 1 32-ounce veggie stock. I'm using a vegan cheese. You can use a regular cheese if you want, or you can make your own vegan cheese, which you can see in another one of my videos. Salt and pepper to taste. We're going to do 1/2 teaspoon paprika, about 1 kitty leg, 1/2 teaspoon red pepper. I'm going to use 3 zucchinis, 3 cloves of garlic. You can't have the garlic. 2 carrots, 1 leek, 1 red pepper, and 1 about 8-ounce container of white mushrooms. So I'm going to start with cooking my rice and my lentils on the stove. So for this recipe I'm going to use a veggie broth instead of water to cook my brown rice and my lentils. So I've got each of those going on the stove here. I'm going to turn it on, start them cooking. I do a medium to high heat for each to get them started, and follow the directions on the packet. I got my rice and my lentils cooking on the stove, so while I got that started, I'm going to chop up all my veggies. I usually chop my leeks first because of the way you have to rinse leeks. You have to put them in a bowl of water, let them soak for a few minutes. Now that I got all my veggies cut up, I'm going to go ahead and start sauteing them in my pan on the stove. To saute our veggies, you want to turn your pan on a medium to high heat. Get it warmed up a bit. Add a couple of glugs of olive oil. Let your oil heat up for a minute or so. Once your oil's nice and heated up in your pan, first you're going to add your leeks. We're using a leek in this recipe instead of an onion. You want to let your leeks cook up for probably about 5 minutes till they're a little tender. Alright, got my leeks cooking up. Been sizzling, pretty hot here. So I'm going to add my garlic. I always make sure to add my garlic on top of my onion or my leek so it doesn't burn. Then I'm also going to add a little bit of salt and pepper to taste. And stir that up. You're only going to let your garlic saute up for about maybe 2 minutes or so, just to get the flavor out. Next, we're going to add our carrot and zucchini and stir that all up. It's got a nice color going on, very green. Oh, listen to that. The leeks calmed down a bit now. They got some friends. You're going to want to saute your carrot and zucchini probably a good 5 to 7 minutes. Alright, now that my carrots and my zucchini are softened up a bit, I'm going to add my red pepper and my mushrooms. I'm going to stir that all up. I got even better color going now. This is great. I'm going to stir that all up and saute this for maybe another 5 minutes, and then this will be done. Now that my veggies are all sauteed up, I'm going to mix my veggies with my lentils and my rice. I'm also going to add the rest of my spices, which is going to be ½ teaspoon paprika and ½ teaspoon red pepper. Now I'm going to mix that all about. Alright, now that that's all mixed up, I'm going to put this in my baking pan next and layer it with my cheese. Our next step, you want to make sure you preheat your oven to 375, and then we're going to layer our dish. First I'm going to do a layer of our lentils and rice and veggie mix in our baking pan. Alright, get that nice and even. Then I'm going to add a generous layer of cheese alternative or your cheese, whichever you prefer. Then I'm going to add our second layer of lentils, rice and veggie mix. Alright, now I'll add the rest of my cheese. So I would normally add a little more cheese to this, but I ran out. Oh well. Last, I sprinkle about a ¼ cup breadcrumbs on top. And that's it. Now our dish is ready to go in the oven. So here's our finished assembled dish, ready to go in the oven. Which, if you're a normal human, you will put it in the oven at 375 for about 25 to 30 minutes. But if you're an alien from the next dimension like me, you can just heat it up instantaneously with your laser beam eyes. So here's our finished dish, straight out of your oven, straight out of my eyeballs. This is a great dish to make midwinter because it has zucchini and zucchini is in season. And it's also a good dish if you're trying to transition from whatever diet you're on right now to a plant-based diet. Enjoy!